Welcome to the channel, folks. Clunkers and Classics, where we are back on the 76 El Camino. Okay, it's been a while. I was kind of doing this in between the Nomad, but I had to stop on it because we needed to get the Nomad finished, done, tested, then take it on Hot Rod Power Tour. Got a couple other little quick jobs in the meantime. Oh, look at this. All the weather stripping's peeling off. It's just been closed up for so long. Okay. One thing we need to do to this is it's leaking water. Every time it hadn't rained here in a while. Not enough rain to do anything, but we tried everything. Put on this new for the water leaking in. I have to put this back together. This is the roof rail weather stripping. Bought that new. Bought the door weather stripping. Bought that new. Bought the new belt moldings. Tried just about everything to get the water leak out of there. Couldn't really tell where it's coming from, but I'm pretty sure I know now that it's the only spot left, and that is coming in through the cowl under the hood. We're going to get to that later because I had a problem with another car like this a long time ago, and the cowl was just filled up with debris, and I remember getting in there with my hand or something and pulling stuff out, and then it stopped leaking. Anyway, we're going to get to that. Okay, the main thing this video is going to be about is putting some seats and carpet in it. And go back on the playlist here, we patched up the floors. Floor had some holes in it, not real bad. Patched them up. I bought new carpet. We put a dash pad on it. A lot of stuff on this car. It sat up for over 20 years. Got it running, runs good. Got a new steering wheel on it. Okay, so it needs finish off the interior, which is seat and carpets mainly. We're gonna put covering on the back here and a spare tire in there. Okay, so the seat's shot, completely shot. Now, if I can get this, see this center thing is all messed up. Now, I've seen the seat covers are about 600 bucks. But it doesn't include this covering and this covering. Basically, they gotta be handmade. And I'm not an upholsterer, don't have sewing machines, stuff like that. And I'm not just gonna buy the cover and leave all this stuff looking like crap. So I think, you know, I'd really like to leave the original seat type in here, recovered, but it's not looking good. I'm not gonna spend the money. There's no upholstery shops around close to me. I'm not going to take in bits and pieces, spend hundreds of dollars having little pieces upholstered to match a new cover. See, the new cover is actually pretty easy to put on. Not easy, but it's doable without special equipment. Just you undo the hog rings under here, and well, you got to take it out, take it all apart, peel it all off. Put the hog rings on there, and it's not too bad. But like I said, you get into this stuff and it's impossible to do unless you're a upholstery guy. So the only thing we can do, and this is a cheap car, they're not worth a whole lot. They're not worth a whole lot fixed up, see? And these, I gotta redo this side molding here. The rivet gun wouldn't put them rivets in all the way, so I got to redo that. Did that too. Spent 90 bucks on new side moldings. These cars just are not worth the money to go overboard and get everything done and money no objective type thing. They're just not worth a lot of money. So you got to do it cheap. Got to do it cheap. one of the videos was we buffed it out. Well, it's all faded back now. See, that's one reason I don't like buffing, waxing cars, because you got to keep it up. You got to do it every week, every month, or whatever to keep making it look good. I'd rather just paint the car, then it'll look great for years and years and years without doing anything to it. Okay, so sorry about that on this video. We're going to, and the roof was all rusted, fixed all the roof. That's actually some truck bed coating. Okay, so we're going to concentrate on the interior, seat, carpet mainly. So we got to put in a set of seats. Okay, so I really only got 2 good sets that I think will look halfway decent in this. I might have some more, but so we'll go over to the latest, one of the latest vehicles I got in. But since I buy junk cars cheap, I've showed this before on other videos, but we're just going to go over it. I got these leather seats that have been recovered in this 2003 Toyota Sequoia. Okay. And I do have, I did find this piece here that goes here. We can put that back together. They may sit kind of high, I don't know yet. But they've been reupholstered. The battery went dead, but the power does work. Okay, the only problem is this armrest is covering is missing. We can cut that off, or use some material from the back and put it on there. But again, I'm not an upholsterer, don't have a sewing machine, stuff like that. Trying to cover this is going to make it look worse than it is, or worse, cutting it off. Now with this, it's got a nice matching console. Okay, the shifter's up on the column, so there's no shifter here, which same as the El Camino. So the console will probably look pretty good in the El Camino. Okay, just put all that in there. Got some buttons we don't need, but it might look pretty good. Matching console. So that's first set. Now, originally, I was going to put in a set from Hyundai. So I'll be right back. I won't waste your time doing the walk over there. I'll be right back. Okay. That's a 2002 Hyundai Santa Fe, beat to hell. But got some nice seats in it. Now both these seats from this one and the Sequoia they're not going to mount flush. They're oddly, brackets might have to be cut, made, extended, I don't know. This one's manual. I think I'm probably going to use these ones, guys. Anyway, that cloth looks good. That cloth looks good. Needs to be cleaned up. I can power wash these seats when I take them out before I put them in. Now, the only problem with this console, well, I think the lid's missing. Lid's busted off, and it's got the shifter in it. So, and it's kind of, yeah, you can't really use it. See, the dash comes down to here. Anyway, that wouldn't look, and it's got the emergency brake there. So this would not look good in the El Camino. It just will not work. So could I use these 2 seats in the Sequoia console? Yeah. Or I could just get a regular console that I've used for some of my other cars, but Walmart does not sell them anymore. But I could always just leave the console out for now and see if I can find one of them consoles on eBay. They used to be at Walmart for like 30 bucks, and they're really nice. It's been a long time subscriber. I got them in my Chevelle and the Nova. So I like cloth better than leather, mainly because they're cooler. Leather seats or vinyl seats are really hot in the summer. As soon as you open that door, they're just... So I don't know, I think maybe the manual will be better. We gotta see if these will... Yeah, they'll move forward for access to the back. Okay, I think that's what we're gonna do, guys. I'm gonna start by taking these two seats out. And then we'll get them over by the shop. Boost the El Camino, get it over by the shop. Power wash these. They'll probably dry in an hour in the friggin' 105-degree heat. And then we'll have to take the old seat out of the El Camino, set these ones in there, see where we need to modify the brackets, and go from there. Okay, so I'll be back. Okay guys, I got the seats out. So you can see the passenger side is the worst. Driver's side is not too bad, but we're gonna got my little cheap pressure washer here. I'm gonna see if we can get these stains out of here. I already see all the dirt coming out. If you don't have a pressure washer, take them down to your local do-it-yourself car wash and do this to it. That's what I used to do. See all the dirty water coming out? I don't even know if I'll have to use soap. I probably won't even use soap. We'll have to check the seat belts out in the El Camino. Probably won't need them, take them off, but we'll see. Okay, let me clean these seats up. Well, the sun will be over here in a little while. Leave them here, let the sun dry them all day. We'll, well, it's already 100 degrees out, guys, and it's 9 in the morning. It's only going to get up to like 106. We're going to put, I got a good battery in my black truck. We're going to put that battery in the El Camino, start it up, bring it over here by the shop, take out the old seat. We'll match these seats up on the floor, see if we gotta alter the mounting things or not. Okay, we'll have to drill some holes and stuff. Anyway, I'll be back later, probably later today, before the sun goes down. Okay guys, I jumped it off. Already unbolted the seat, ready to take it out, but my jumper box went dead, so I had to wait for it to charge up. So I went ahead and unbolted the seat right here. Ah, shit. Well, takes a while for that fuel. I put some gas down the carburetor and started it up, but man, it takes some takes a while to get that gas coming all the way from the tank. Yeah, I think it needs valve covers. There's a blower motor. See if she'll start up. Oh shit. Just not warmed up enough, guys. I don't know, the blower and stuff's off, but it was... Probably bad gas in here by now too. Just gotta drag that out of there. And if anybody wants it, let me know. I'm probably just gonna. So I think what it's doing is it's leaking water in through here and going down and coming out underneath the dash. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off and see if I can reach down in there. And if not, we're going to have to take the fender off and cut a hole in the bottom of this cowl. And then I got to re-drill some holes here for this molding. Okay, let me drag that seat out of there and we'll take another look at it. I'll be back. Okay, just drug the seat out. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it's all coming down here and it makes a big puddle right here. You can see the moss and stuff growing. Not so much on this side. Said they usually leak down here, so we're gonna have to dig through that cowl. And anyway, we're gonna have to fit them seats in there. See, the factory bench has one here, and then the back is elevated up, sits up here. So how those Hyundai seats are gonna fit, I don't know. But we're gonna put them in there. Here's the old seat there. I kind of bent this up, pulling it out of there, but I said I'm not gonna use it. It would have been nice, but, and the deal here is broke. It connects to here. And this is all then since rusted up. The little deal to make it go forwards and backwards. So it's kind of rusty. I mean, it's fixable. I had it working before, but you need this special rod with a clip thing on there to hook it on this deal there. Okay, so yeah, let me get started with it, and probably be tomorrow morning, and we'll see how them seats fit in there and see what I got to do, whether I got to make some shims, brackets, spacers, then we'll have to drill some holes, stuff like that. So I'll be back. Okay guys, let's go over a few things that I've been working on. When I put this weather strip on, I didn't have any weather strip adhesive, so I put a good bead of that all the way around and put it back in the grooves. Seems to be doing good. Okay. This, yeah, it had this aluminum on there, but this is the stuff I had to buy, the inserts. And the problem is it was new old stock, and it was so old that it was so hard, and I had a hell of a time putting this one on. I was beating it on there with a rubber mallet, and that's what kind of broke the rivets loose the first time I did it. And then I got to heating it Anyway, this time around I heated it up and stuck it in there. Doesn't look the best, but it looks okay, and I put some screws in where them rivets were. Okay, I'm taking apart this kick panel sill plate, the insulation behind the sill plate, or behind the kick panel, all in here. Trying to figure out where the leak's coming from. Okay, I pulled back this insulation here. It was all full of, well, we'll go on top here first. If I remember right on Art's car, this area here was all filled with leaves and crap. So I pulled that back. That was on there, see? So really no leaves could get in there. Little stuff probably could. I reached my hand in here as far as I could. I couldn't feel anything. Here's the blower motor here. Okay, so we'll see it from the inside here. Let me grab my flashlight. Okay. Now, it's rusty up here. See if I can, see that rust hole there? And then this is not sealed very good here. This vacuum operated thing lifts this flap up. So you can see the blower motor in there? So is the water getting in here or there or both? All this seems good down here, solid. But just up there, so the water's probably collecting right up in there. So I have to figure out something to do about that. That's down in here somewhere. But I don't know, I don't think any water's getting in this blower motor compartment. But it has to be the water that's getting in here and just flowing down. So we're not sure what I can do about that, but I'll figure it out. That's why I've been putting off the carpet and everything, because why put in new carpet and stuff when it's going to be leaked and drenched with water? Okay, let me figure it out and I'll be back. Okay guys, it's so dusty and everything. I'm going to go ahead and rinse it off and spray some water down in the cowl here. See if we can tell where it's leaking from. If not, I'll just run a regular hose on the roof and just let it drip down. I know it don't take much to get a water leak in there. But yeah, this thing's just filthy from anyway, let me do all that and I'll be back. Okay guys, car looks a little bit better. I think we found where the leaks are coming from. Some there. Okay. They're trickling down there. And then over here, let me adjust the camera. Okay. Coming up where that rust hole was. Coming all the way down there. And then just coming in here. There it all is there. So, I'm not going to tear this whole car apart by taking out all the air conditioner, blower motor, all that stuff. This car is not worth it. It's not a big full concourse restoration. So I'm going to have to do something. But anyway, those are the leaks. They got to be fixed. Wait. Okay, I turned the camera off for a second. I was sneezing. Okay, some water here. It looks like it's coming from there, coming down right there. And we got some down here too. Not sure where that's coming from. But anyway, let me think about it, figure out what I want to do about them, and I'll be back. I was spraying a lot in this bed here, getting all the crud out of there. So it looks like this back is leaking from here and dribbling down and making a puddle. So I can probably silicone that up. That is not from the back, it's from up there. But it's not the windows are not leaking. So, okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, I've siliconed up everywhere I could think of, all around the edges of blower motor housing and all that. All under here. So yeah, that's probably not going to do anything, but so this is where the water goes in like most cars, and then it's supposed to just drain out through the bottom, but everything's in the way there. And the blower motor, it's got a little duct which is about this much higher than the bottom of this, and that's so it don't suck in the water. So that sucks in the fresh air in here and blows it into the car. So anyway, I siliconed around here where I think it's coming in. I'm not sure if that's coming in. I can't remember if I had the back window out, but I don't think it's leaking. But this is 2 layers of metal, so it could be leaking in between the 2 layers underneath here. There's another little rust hole there, and seeping out there. So it could be that back window. I'm pretty sure it's not the smuggler's box, because it wasn't leaking before. And then I put some silicone or seam sealer all the way around the edges, so I know that's not leaking. So it has to be from in this back window. I can't remember. I thought I took that off and siliconed it, but maybe I just did the front windshield. I know I did the front windshield and then even did it in under here. But again, that's 2 layers of metal. So it could be getting in 1 layer. Well, not necessarily here, but here. Could be seeping in through the bottom here. I don't know. Unless you take the whole windshield out, take the front end off, take all the AC, blower motor housing, take everything apart, all the dash, and start over and weld it up, weld pieces of metal in there that's missing, that's rotted away up there. We're not going to do this car. It's not worth it. You know, I wish it was going to be worth be a $30,000-$40,000 car, but it's not. So it's just not worth the time and the effort to do all that. Put some silicone around here, the bottom of the, and this is 100% silicone. It's just white. It's not that damp caulking crap. It's actual silicone. I didn't know exactly what to do up there. I thought about doing some spray foam up there, but then again it'll leak right into this flap. I think it would leak into this flap here I showed you, and that may not work. It might get into the blower motor. I showed you that in behind there. I didn't want to get a bunch of foam and crap in there. So I think what I'm going to do, put a little silicone over there too. Same thing on this side. Don't know exactly where it's dripping from, but we don't want to take all the dash apart and everything just to figure out fix a little rust hole up under there hidden somewhere. So I think what we're gonna do, I guess I probably should have taken this off. It's a couple more screws. I think I'm just gonna put some plastic around and duct tape around these openings here and just seal it off. I'm not gonna be using the blower or heater or air conditioning. None of that probably works anyway, or the AC. So that's basically temporary for now. I don't want to ruin the new carpet and the new seats with water dripping in there all the time. So we're just going to seal that up, put this cover back on there, and that's the way we're going to have to fix it for now. Temporary fix, but you know, like I said, we're just not going to go through that much work. I put some silicone around here. You know, I looked and looked. There doesn't seem to be any rust holes in the firewall. It just takes that one little leak there. So it just comes in and comes down, and it's supposed to flow out the bottom somehow. But anyway, guys, that's how I'm gonna, once I do that, we're gonna spray it down with water, see if there's any leaks. If there's no leaks, I'm gonna start fitting the seats in there, and I'll show you the carpet here in a little bit. We're gonna lay it out in the sun and let the sun mold it back to shape, since it's rolled up. It's right here in this box here. ACC Auto Custom Carpets. I believe I got it off Rock Auto, is where I buy them from, and it's made in the USA. I think it was $168 shipped, but I bought it months ago. Who knows? Price could have gone up by then. So anyway, I'll be back, guys. Hey guys, I'm trying to fit in these seats. I'll show you a little bit what's going on. Bracket's got two bolts there. They'll just come right out. So what I need to do is, they're hitting on the edge here. So I kind of need to, well, that's the thing. Anyway, I done this one here, and I took them both out and tilted a little bit. So we're gonna see how it fits. I'm trying to get it to fit maybe up here. It might be a little wide. It's real tight between here and here. I may have to cut this, flatten it out a little bit, or whack it with a hammer or something. Anyway, yeah, I gotta get it back to get the bolt. I gotta take one of them bolts off, see, so it need it tilt like that. So anyway, that's just showing you what I'm doing. May have to put some spacers. Anyway, I'll be back. Okay guys, you can see I tilted the brackets, had to cut the edges off here. So this side here bolts up to the factory hole, the 1/2-inch bolt, and then I used the extra bolts off the seat and welded it to the floor. I thought about putting another washer on there and welding the washer too to give it some more strength, but I think that'll be all right for now. So yeah, I'm gonna mount it on there and see how it does. I had it sitting on there with the two front ones already done and moving it back. It's a little tight, like it's binding up a little bit, but it's going to be kind of hard to get that perfectly flush and where it's supposed to be to roll nice and easy. But anyway, I'll be back. Okay guys, there it is, all bolted in. Of course we'll have to unbolt it to put the carpet in, then bolt it back in, but I think that'll be okay. Spare tire goes right there, so we can get that out. And then this will tilt all the way back like that, so I think it'll be all right. Okay, we work on the driver's side. Well, after a while, man, it's 106 degrees out. Wait till the sun starts going down. I'll be back. Okay, guys, here's the carpet laid out. We'll let the sun do some work to it. I think this back's probably going to be way too big, but I don't know. I haven't set it in there yet. Starting to work on the driver's seat, and we'll go from there. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys, I got the driver's side bolted in. Bolted it in, same as the passenger side with the factory one bolted in. This side's a little bit different than the passenger side. I had a little bit more room, so it wasn't as tight here. And then I lined up the two back ones flat to the floor. This one flat, and then this one stuck up, so I had to put a little block in there. I got a little piece of metal like that, cut off a little block and bolted that in, and seems fine. So this seat belt actually it was like that way, that ain't gonna fit, so we're gonna have to move this back. This has got a big brace, double steel or whatever you want to call it, all the way from here down, so we can drill a hole there and put a nut and bolt. It'll be just as strong as having where that one was, and then that seat belt will work. We'll have to take off these two, and I got the center one, factory one. Okay, so yeah, here's where I would put in a console. I know I mentioned it before. I looked a while back on eBay and I couldn't find it, but maybe I wasn't really looking that hard. But I'll just show you what I'm looking for. If anybody knows where you can buy these, let me know. See, there's the one in the Chevelle, and got the same one in the Nova here. So I like this, man. It's got two cup holders back here, two up there, little locking compartment. Pretty nice. So yeah, I need one of them for the El Camino. Okay, so I'm going to take them seats out. I think I'm going to weld some braces in where I welded them bolts to the floor. Either big washers or some rectangular braces on at least the two back ones. Weld them in really good, and then we'll fit the carpet. Okay, so I'll be back. Okay guys, that's the carpet just sitting in there. It fits okay, but doesn't fit really good at the back, but we're gonna have to put some slits up here, make it fit. But that's okay. We got a piece that we're gonna cover the whole back with here later. So right now, just got to cut the spots for the seat mounts, and then basically bolt in the seats, and we'll get the seats all bolted in, then we'll go from there. Start cutting up this edge here. We're gonna cut this edge down here. But yeah, it's getting there. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, I'll show you what I got done so far before it gets dark. So yeah, the seats look really nice in there. I like them. Okay, they're all bolted in, carpet's in. Carpet doesn't fit that great, especially right here. It's got a big old long wrinkle in it, but that's all right. I'm gonna put floor mats in it. Anyway, looks nice along there, along here. in the back. Now I still got to do, oh, let's go over to the other side. Okay, I got it all in here. I meant to put, I'm going to tuck that up underneath this. Okay, I'll run new speaker wires right here, all the way down to the back, coming out the back. So we can put 2 speakers there. Has this original Pioneer stereo cassette deck. It comes on, see, but I put the wires, I found out the speaker wires right here for it, and I connect them to the speakers and they just buzz. And I checked under there best I could, because it sounds like an antenna's not hooked up. But it seems like it is, but it's the antenna that's in the windshield here. See? So something might be messed up and it's not getting good reception. Because you can do the scan and it won't hit on a station. It'll just keep spinning. Okay, so I don't know if I'm going to mess with that or put it in a new stereo when I get a console. I don't know. But anyway, we got the wires for that. That's the old wires, and this is the old wire for the stereo. And then this is the vacuum lines for the vents and everything. That's the rats ate it up. So anyway, I'm going to tie them up a little bit better. And yeah, anyway, see, works good. So we got to tie up the back. I got to take out this cubby hole thing, and we'll probably just put the carpet up to about here, stick it in there. But I got that gray piece of carpet material, carpety looking stuff, and we may do that and glue that in there. Okay, and then put in a spare. I don't have the factory jack, but anyway, it looks pretty good back here. Had to drill new bolts for the seat belt, so that works. Well, it works. And then I put a bolt in just on one side there for 2 seat belts. One was rusted and I banged it around, it started working. But now this passenger side does not pull up. I've done the same thing. I bolted that in to the floor. I don't know if it takes some lube or something to it, but for now, I could always try to hook up the Hyundai one to these. I'll just leave them on there for now. I still haven't looked for a console on eBay. See if I can find one like I showed you. But anyway, that's what I got so far. Anyway, I'll be back tomorrow in the morning. We'll try to wrap this up. Okay guys, this is the stuff I bought a while back off eBay. They said it was supposed to be carpet. Well, it's not. It's the same front and back. So, I don't know, and it's got these wrinkles showing. I don't know if that's worth putting that back here. Putting it on here, probably not. I'll probably just try to cut the carpet and put it underneath this lip there, and that'll probably be it. And have the spare over there anyway. If I didn't mention it, this carpet does have the backing on it, the insulation. So that's why I didn't use any insulation or matting or nothing under there, because it's got it pretty much all the way through it. Okay, I'll be back in the morning. Okay guys, I went ahead and took the moldings off here. It's been gunked up right in here. Tell the clips, they broke the clips here and here. This is the little tool you use. Get it underneath there and lift it up. Lift up the mold, lift up the clip and pull the molding out. A couple of them are cracked. So we're gonna clean. We don't know if it's leaking in here or not, but we're gonna clean up, scrape all this out with a razor blade putty knife, all this shit here. And we're gonna put a nice bead of silicone all the way around. I'm gonna blow air in there, blow all this shit out of here. And big bead of silicone, stick the moldings back on. That'll for sure clear up that. I took the little cubby hole box out from here. I had this out before and I showed y'all guys in a previous video. Got a little surface rust here that I cleaned up. But I don't know, there's some little rust holes there. That was probably coming in from the roof. The roof had some holes in it. Originally had a vinyl roof on it. But it doesn't really look that bad. Let me tilt the camera here. I don't know how good you can see, but as I said, there was just a little dribble coming in here. It's not double walled there, so it must be. Let's see. I don't know if you can see up there, but it's got a tray that comes across here. So anyway, I can't remember whether I had this off or not. I may not have. But anyway, I'm out of silicone, so I'm going to go up to Walmart, get some silicone. I got to go shopping anyways. I think I'm going to try that Flex Seal spray, and maybe just spray around the smuggler's box cover here. I don't know whether there's bolts underneath here or what, but whatever these are all going to be rusted and stripped and broke and snapping and all that stuff. I did put a little thing of seam sealer around there, but we don't know if it's going to leak or not. So that maybe get some of that spray Flex Seal, put it on there and see what happens. You know, I'd sprayed a little bit of red base coat without clear or nothing, and it all just faded off in the last few months. Okay, so yeah, I'll probably put a little seam sealer in this corner. That little corner right there. Just clean that up a little bit, put some rust treatment on there. Anyway, that's what I'll be doing. I'll come back when we get that done, and then we can just cut this bottom carpet to fit along this along this edge here. Okay, so I'll be back. Okay guys, I had some silicone, filled it all, cleaned all that out, put it in there. This molding is clipped in there, but it sticks up a little bit. I might put some more silicone in the bottom of that after it dries. Those consoles I showed you, they are on eBay. 70 bucks. I couldn't believe it. 70 bucks. They used to be 30 at Walmart a year or two ago. But they don't stock them anymore. Don't know why. Okay, so I got some of this Flex Seal stuff. You know, it's on TV with this bozo here. There's all the instructions. It came in clear or gray, so I just got clear. It does say it's paintable after it dries, and it says put on, allow up to 24 hours between coats. So it says put on several coats until all cracks and holes have been completely filled. That's the other thing, I couldn't find any holes in the window, rust holes, or any in here, but there must be. It's the only place it can leak. So anyway, I don't know. We don't know if it's for automotive purposes or not. Then we're just gonna do the crack all the way along, and then I'm gonna go on the inside and shoot it all up, so I can try to see if I can get up here under this window or whatever, and see, it could be a little friggin' hole right in there or something, you know? You just don't know. Anyway, I'm just gonna put a bunch of coats on there till the can's gone, and like I said, on the inside, shoot it all. It's too dark to see. In there, but I'm gonna, there's a plate right here. I'm just gonna shoot up all in there and all in the back of this and stuff. So anyway, I'll be back. Okay guys, I just sprayed the hell out of that. I don't know, 4 or 5 coats, used the whole can. I think what I'm gonna do is, it's supposed to dry 24 hours, but I just kept spraying it because it's so friggin' hot out. It's got to be 200 degrees. I'm gonna get some truck bed coating and coat that. Not the whole bed, maybe just this whole area here. And then we'll get some more red base coat. I got a whole gallon of it. And I don't know, it should be cleared, but at least paint it all red again. It might last for a couple of months. Unless I decide to clear it, and maybe clear the whole thing, or I don't know. I might see if I got enough base coat to give this like 2 coats and fix this. That's the only bad spot in the car, really. Fix that, blend it in with some red, clear the whole thing. I don't know yet. We're not at that stage yet. Okay, so I think I got the leaks fixed. You can see how this sticks out a little bit. I don't know if I should put some more silicone in there all the way up, and I don't know. I did get some mats at Walmart while I was there, so I got a new set of mats. I think they're like 20 bucks. So yeah, we got the 2 main objectives here, is the carpet and the seats. They're in there. Okay, we got a lot of little stuff still. I got a whole laundry list of stuff to do to this. I don't think I have another stereo. I don't really want to bust this one up to put in a square one because it's got the 2 knobs. So, not sure on the console yet. Don't know if I want to spend 70 bucks. I may build I've always wanted to build a nice one for the 69 Chevelle. But you know, I tried to build one for the Nomad, and it's not it's functional and everything, but not the greatest. But if I build one for the Chevelle, I'll take that one out of the Chevelle and put it in here, or build a little thing up here to house another stereo. Problem is, I don't have any aftermarket universal stereo, so I'd have to modify a Ford or Chrysler or something. See if I can get it to work. But anyway, that's for another day too. Okay, that along with tons of other stuff. Okay, so for right now, I just duct tape over this air intake. I got an idea of what I can do to this. It's going to take some work. We'll have to go over that in another video. This one's already getting too long. It started smoking around the valve covers. So in order to take this valve cover off, you got to take this bracket and air conditioner and everything off. So it ain't a quick, easy job, guys. But we're gonna do that. You know, at the beginning, I spent 180 bucks on plugs, wires, distributor cap, oil change, all that stuff. We got all that main stuff done. But it's still got these old hoses that are, you know, probably original. The old fan belts. So at some point in the near future, we're going to get all new belts, valve cover gaskets, hoses. The heater hoses here are pretty old. Got the new air cleaner on there. Stuff like that. So we'll do that at some point. So anyway, thanks to Brent Crawford. He sent me a tripod. Somebody sent me a tripod a while back. I haven't used it much. I used it on the Nomad, on the driving a little bit on one video, and for painting the step side. But yeah, thanks. I could always use another one. Could use another camera, but this camera I've been using for the last couple of years since I started YouTube was 150 bucks. Now they're like 350. So I knew at the time 150 was pretty cheap. I should have bought a couple of them, but anyway, thanks for that. We want to go over some updates. The camper is gone. The big old camper I got for free, that was over here. It's gone. I put it up for 700. First person, I must have had 50 messages instantly within an hour. First guy showed it. I posted at like midnight, and the guy wanted to come from Fort Worth, 2.5 hours away, pick it up in the middle of the night. I was like, no, wait till the morning. So he got here at when the sun was coming up, screwed around with it. He got the sides pulled back in. He had to hook up a battery. Anyway, he got it all towable. Slide outs. He got the slide outs pushed in. He had a generator going with electrical. The lights did work on it, and none of the buttons for the slide outs worked, but he connected a battery and got them going. Anyway, it's gone. Probably lost a long time subscriber because he commented saying, oh, I'd sell that for 300 bucks because I got a conscience. I wouldn't sell that for 500. So originally said 500. You got to figure, you know, the hot water heater in it's probably worth 300. The air conditioner's, you know, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700 bucks. Tires and rims, just in parts. You know, why would I sell the whole thing for 300? Doesn't even make sense. So anyway, I got 600 out of it. I was a little skeptical of even selling it. I thought about keeping it because I got a camper project coming up in the future, and I could use the shower enclosure thing and sinks and stuff like that. I just hope I get another camper that ain't even worth fixing up with some good stuff in it so I don't have to sell it. Anyway, that's gone. The step side I put up at the same time for $3,900. Bunch of calls, probably 20, 25 messages. But I put on there bad tires. So that's a sticking point. See, people want a perfect vehicle. I don't know how many people, oh, does the AC work? Well, it's a 29-year-old truck. No, of course the AC isn't going to work. You know, for $3,900, you expect it to be all restored? I didn't say that, but... So people are expecting more than what it is. I don't have any 16-inch tires to put on these rims, good ones. I got a set of 17-inch rims, but not a really good set of 17 tires. I got a set, but they're smaller. Need some bigger ones. People are asking, what's it going to do to convert it back to four-wheel drive? So, well, you need a four-wheel drive transmission, transfer case, drive shaft. Oh, I'll get back to you. So anyway, if there's that type of stuff, because I put on there it's converted back to two-wheel drive. Well, how'd you convert it to two-wheel drive? Well, I didn't even answer half the questions. Anyway, a bunch of interest in it, but just nobody's actually came and looked at it, test drove it. Okay, let's see. The avalanche, I just called on it. This is Monday, going on the 4th week. Oh yeah, it's done, I lost your phone number. So I only called after the 1st week, beginning of week 2. So I don't know, he's had it done in the last 2 weeks. Okay, so those are the updates. Still 100 and something degrees every day. How you doing, Nikki? How you doing, Nikki? Want to say hi to everybody? How you doing, girl? How's my little Nikki doing? Nikki okay? Nikki okay? Nikki's such a good girl. Nikki's such a good girl. Such a good girl. She's such a good dog. Wish you could see, but wish I could keep you out here with me, Nikki. But you gotta stay in there. You're such a good girl. You're such a good girl. I bring her in every night, guys, but I sure miss having like Puppy, where she would just be with me all the time, being my little shadow. But anyway, I guess that's it, guys. I don't know. I'm starting to like the El Camino more, but I'm getting a little burned out. Just keep working on it every day for 4, 5, 6 days. I don't know. We might get back on this one next video. I need to get this little Mercedes. We'll go over it video real shortly. I need to sell it. It's just been sitting here for years. Well, about 2 years. Well, I bought it about 5, 6 years ago, but it's been sitting for 2 years. I haven't started it. We'll get, we're just gonna make one video on it and try to sell it. And I already went over this. We'll go over that again when we start the video series on it. Okay, guys, so I think that's it. We'll be back with something. Oh, the D&H thing I mentioned that I might go to. Apparently they're not a full-time business, because I called the guy and he's like, oh yeah, I'm not there 8 to 5 or anything. I can meet you there after 5. And I got to give you a PIN to get to the address, because Google's address is not correct and you might get lost because it's in the middle of nowhere. So I don't know. I didn't want to drive up there in the middle of the day to get there at 5. I'd have to leave here at 3. 105 degrees with no AC, but I'll get the Avalanche back. Could hook up the trailer to that, because I wanted to bring a trailer with me in case I buy anything, but I don't know what to expect for prices with stuff. So he said he's there from like 5 till 9 o'clock at night, but he's there Saturdays, but I was busy Saturdays. So anyway, it's kind of difficult to get up there because they're not a full-time business. I don't know, it sounds like he's a one-man operation, but you would think he'd have somebody. He's got a bunch of ads on Marketplace. You'd think he'd have somebody working there or being there full-time, because they seem to be buying cars all the time. And anyway, I don't know when that's going to come up, guys. Anyway, I guess that's it. Tell me what you think about the seats, carpet, what more work we can do to this. There's just so much other stuff. Originally had the IROC rims on there, but the rims kept leaking. Now I got these ones on there, but the tires aren't that great. I don't have another 16-inch set of tires, but these hold air. Anyway, they've been sitting for months and they hold air, which is good, but it's not good enough to sell, probably. So, and it'll be just like the step side. I can't sell it half-ass done. People are going to expect everything to, be able to drive it anywhere. And sometimes I just don't like selling cars. I don't mind selling junk cars, because that's how I list them. Junk parts cars. Come get it. $800, $1,000. But when you sell stuff that's people are expecting too much, you sell it for several $1,000s. They expect it to be brand new, and that's what I hate. So anyway, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff, and we'll see y'all next video. Thanks everybody for watching.